Welcome back to the K Squared podcast. And we're back early.
Yeah, so the special episode, a little half episode. Well, we'll see how.
Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out.
Half that is going to be.
Yeah. Probably full length, but
yeah,
it's the middle of the week, and we're piggybacking off of what we just talked about on Sunday.
Yeah, last week's Super Bowl halftime.
So yeah, we are
because a lot of people aren't understanding it.
So we literally went and did our homework last night. Mostly me, because I'm the big music guy.
Oh, you're also the big Kendrick Lamar fan.
Yes,
which can make me happy. I hate to. But it is not in contention for top 10.
I think it's the best halftime show ever.
Well, maybe top 10, but not top 5.
I would.
I
would give.
You know how hard it's going to be to beat Michael Jackson and Prince?
It already beat Mike Jack on views. That's literally my first point.
Shit.
Fair.
Because of people like you doing replays.
There's been more airplay since the 90s when Mike Jack performed. Right. So
there's that. But people were doing replays.
Yes. I've watched it like 30 times.
People are doing it now. Trying to break it down.
Yes.
So that's going to skew the views anyways.
I think this is like live views, though. Yeah. 133.5 million viewers live breaks the record.
I mean, okay. But
now, to put that into perspective, the record is broken by less than 100,000.
The point of it was that many people watching back then when it wasn't have as big of a hold on society.
So it says Michael Jackson's live viewers was 133.4. So he barely beat it, but he did.
I mean, yeah.
So,
but I know everyone's like, especially YouTube videos.
That's my second point here. Is
especially YouTube and Twitch and shit live stream. Oh, these matters. Like, well, to a certain point, but then you have replay views, which are just dead.
Yeah.
Especially on a video. On a live stream, you have to be really good.
Yeah.
But if you're doing behind the live stream, using that means fuck all. That doesn't because it doesn't do anything.
Right.
But we feel enough views to get paid. I mean, a little bit, yes. It's more off your subscriber count.
Yeah. So, I mean, YouTube is a little different because you still get the ad revenue on videos from years ago, but
yeah, you can just throw ads on the front and back.
And because the NFL posted it, they're gonna get ad revenue. Mm-hmm. So, we are under 3 days, 3 full days. Mm-hmm. We're about 65, 70 hours since the halftime show.
The main reason I bring up the fact that it's not going to be a top 5 at least, is because the amount of people I've heard personally say they hate it.
That's one of my points. That's one of my closing points, and it's just because a lot of people don't understand it, or they choose not to understand it.
Even if they understand it, I don't think that's a problem.
Well, that's another point. I have multiple different reasons why people don't like it.
They don't like it because of
different reasons.
The main problem for most of the people that watch NFL is rap.
Is what?
It's rap. So
it's rap. Yeah.
It's gonna.
That's
gonna kind of kill its.
That's one of my points, and that's why I went so far into a breakdown, because I have like lyric breakdowns for the people who are like an older generation that doesn't like rap music, who couldn't understand the lyrics in the time, and then don't go back and watch it because they thought it was bad. Mm-hmm. So we have not full, but there's website. There's a website called Genius who does a lot of lyric breakdowns of most songs, if not every song. And the halftime show lyric breakdown is live on Genius. That's where I got a lot of my points from lyrics. From a lyric standpoint, that's where I got most of my breakdown from. Because you can log in and contribute what you think it is, and then people can comment back and say, I agree, I don't agree, and then they can post their point, and it can be a whole discussion board. But under 3 days on YouTube, it's sitting this morning at 43 million views. We're posting it this afternoon. So this is going to be like a rushed thing. It's not like we film the day before and then post the next day. This is filmed in the morning and literally getting posted as soon as we can get it posted. So we're sitting at 43 to 45 million views, depending on when you're listening or watching. He was at 1.9 million likes this morning. He's probably cleared 2 million in under 3 days. And a big thing that I saw was this is the first halftime show that's been available to stream on Spotify.
That's because of who was overseeing it.
Yeah, Jay-Z and Rock Nation.
No, because since it's, which is surprising for since it's Apple.
Yeah, Apple Music allowing it on other streaming services is kind of crazy.
It's crazy from them because we don't even want Apple at all. They hate it. So.
Yeah. Apple hates sharing profit.
Yeah. But
that's why they go to Samsung events and steal IDs.
That's why it's the first time they've switched providers for that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Pepsi last year.
No, it's been Apple Music for at least this year and I think 2 years prior.
Much less time.
I think Pepsi was the one before Dr. Dre. I think it was Apple Music. Dr. Dre was the first one, which was 22. Either way.
Still, it's surprising that Apple of all people.
There was like a dead zone where I didn't really care too much for the performers. So the last one I remember for sure Pepsi was Timberlake in 2018. But I'm pretty sure there were several after that were still Pepsi. Other facts that I got, it went #1 trending on YouTube in under a day and #1 on YouTube in 28 countries.
So I'm going to give you this.
Yeah.
I know gaming channels that do #1 trending in under 4 hours.
Yes.
So.
Well, this is from Rock Nation's post because Rock Nation has pretty significant pull in who performs, which I didn't know that, but Rock Nation is Jay-Z's label, and they have significant say with the NFL as to who performs.
A lot of these big views. I'm going to tell you right now, MJ and Prince, if we were in this day and age, would get that.
Oh, I know they would.
If not more.
I know they would, but this was just what was on that post. I wasn't like watching the video to see when it hit #1 trending in an exact time frame because I don't care that much. But that's the fact that I've got. I am a little crazy, but yeah, I've got a life, so I'm not trying to fucking do all that shit. Then I've got outfit notes. A lot of people were criticizing his outfit and trying to look for Easter eggs in that, or they said his outfit was too ghetto. So just some references that have been pointed out. His jacket said Gloria on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Was
it his jacket or shirt?
It was his jacket. His shirt was just all black.
Oh.
So his jacket says Gloria. That's the closing track on his new album called GNX. Gloria is also Spanish for glory. And supposedly people are saying Gloria on his jacket is a metaphor for his pen game and like his penmanship and the artistic journey that his music represents. So I thought that was a cool thing. Because I saw Gloria and I'm like, oh, that's a song on the album. That's cool. Whatever. Because there were a lot of outfit details that had to do with his music. Yeah. The back of his jacket had PG Lang logo. PG Lang is his communications company that he founded. And it had a Compton remark on the back, which is where he's from. On the sleeves, he had patches that say, I deserve it all, which is a lyric in Man at the Garden. Peekaboo, which was also on his hat. G National, which is the Grand National, which was the car on stage, the Buick Grand National. And Wop Wop Wop.
Which shot up in price, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it did.
Oh, boy.
And then Wop 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 from Not Like Us was another patch on his sleeve. The jewelry, he had a ring on that I didn't even notice over his glove, and it was an eye, which is believed to be a reference to Peekaboo as well. And then everybody saw the chain.
Yeah. The lowercase a chain.
Yes. Which is believed to be a reference to A minor. But it also, on the actual chain...
Major, I'm pretty sure, because A major would be a capital A.
Yes, pretty sure.
That's just general music.
Yeah, so. But also, like, on the chain itself, it had, like, purple jewels on the chain higher up. You couldn't really see because his jacket kind of covered it a little bit. There was, like, one close-up. You could see a flash of purple when the light hit it, but that they were 6 on each side, and it spelled out PG Lang as well, which is his company.
I will say he was one of the first ones in a while to fully besides halftime show.
Yeah, and it was the most expensive set for a halftime show.
Wasn't it like 15 million or some bullshit?
I thought it was around like 12.5, but yeah, it's
I heard a figure 15 somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that ballpark. And what I'm getting at with this outfit notes is he won a Pulitzer Prize a while ago for music for his album Damn, which had Humble and DNA, which were in his performance. So he always uses music to portray a message. So
mainly underlined.
Yeah, part of the. Yeah, he doesn't just say it. You have to like go find it. You have to read between the lines, go find his message that he's trying to portray. So I was trying to talk about this at work. This is where this idea fully came from, this breakdown in this podcast episode. I'm at work yesterday trying to talk to my coworkers about this. And we had several people who just were like disagreeing with what I was saying about the messages that were portrayed and stuff like that. And they were like, I just disagree. And I'm like, well, what do you think? And they were like, well, I didn't really get the messages. Then why are you trying to argue? Because you literally have nothing to say. If you had a point about what you thought the messages were, fine. But if you're literally going to like chime in and then say, well, I didn't get it.
So now you're just being confrontational, just being confrontational.
Exactly.
You're just being racist.
So now I'm here to literally spell it out for the people who don't get it.
Right.
And I had plenty of different people, not just on my team, but from all across the whole store. I work in retail. Across the entire store that were just like, I didn't get it, and I thought it was dumb. So now I'm here, did homework to break it all down for the people who don't get it. And so now jumping into his actual performance, we saw right off the jump, the stage was a 3x3 grid.
Mm-hmm.
And the corners were a square, a circle, a triangle, and an X.
Yes.
Which we picked up right off the jump, PlayStation controllers.
Yes. Well, besides the fact that just a button, because everyone else is A, B, stuff like that.
Xbox is A, B, X, and Y. But,
right. And then everyone else is either A, B, X, and Y, or combination of that.
Yeah.
PlayStation when it does that four letters. Or shapes, I guess.
Yeah.
Which you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, for them it's shapes. Yeah.
Those 4 shapes. Everyone else does letters. Whatever.
And even like PC is WASD.
Yeah.
So
for my make control.
Yeah.
And then you have all the using multiple stuff.
Right.
That's my whole story. But also the background lights all of when we started, first thing I flashed up was Starfield, which is amazing. Old arcade games.
Yeah.
Really pointed.
And then we could also see from that, the crowd had the lights going from 0 to 100 in 5 increments.
I did not see that.
It was like a loading bar in the middle, and then at the top it was 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way to 100. And the loading bar loaded in, and when it was 100, the loading bar was full, and then Uncle Sam was out.
I did not see that.
Yeah. But
fair enough.
A lot of the internet has also pointed out that all of those shapes are on the Squid Game masks.
Yes, which another season is coming out, I think, in early summer. So
I think so, yeah.
I think it's last season, too.
Season 3, last season. But they are interpreting, I've seen, as a reference where...
Rest of the...
Go ahead.
The rest of the supporting stuff for that doesn't support Squid Game.
No.
The rest of it all supports
just
played it.
a game.
A game, or just a game in general.
Yeah, but I do like the Squid Game reference because they're believing that the reference is the rich killing the poor.
You could do that, but also another one is losing the game.
Yeah,
is the whole thing.
Losing the game. Yeah.
So I think it's more on that side.
Yeah,
and I think Drake.
Yeah.
I think the honor Drake's like his main thing is Sony.
Yeah, I think you're right.
For his whole album.
Yeah. I think Sony produces most of
his whole producing is Sony.
Yeah.
Owned by Sony, but directly Sony.
Yeah.
But owned by Sony, which
I think it's
Sony
subsidiaries of Sony. Yeah. UMG. Or what Sony also owns PlayStation.
Well, Sony owns UMG.
Yes.
Which is what he's on, which is Drake's on.
So's Kendrick.
Wow.
Drake's probably not under UMG anymore.
Maybe. I mean, he doesn't have a career anymore, to be
fair. That's very true. His career is dead.
But a lot of people are saying that's why it's the PlayStation controller, because
Sony, it's UMG, Sony PlayStation. Yeah. I could definitely see that.
It makes way more sense than Squid Game thing, but I understand because how popular it is and because the whole thing of Squid Game being
death.
Rich people on an island.
Yeah.
Killing poor people for fun.
Yeah. Basically. And Kendrick's music.
You do whole breakdown that fucking chill.
Yeah. So Kendrick's music is full of double, triple, quadruple entendres, maybe more. So the fact that you can see his mind in all of it is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we're literally not even started on a song yet, and we have like a quadruple entendre just on the stage setup.
Yeah, just stage.
So that's fucking crazy.
I mean, if you go into the background of it, I can see where you're
I keep flipping this fucking page. I have a notebook if you keep hearing it, because the mic is definitely picking it up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Trying to keep all my points straight. I've flipped the page like fucking 3 times, and I still have a point that I haven't said on the first page. So I'm just like flipping the page. I'm like, moving on. And then I'm like, no, I still have one. So I was talking about Uncle Sam. So if you haven't seen it, or if you didn't realize.
Uncle Sam, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes. And he's welcoming us to the Great American Game. And I like the choice of words there, because obviously football is America's game. Everybody's going to say baseball is America's pastime. Football is America's game. It's the most watched sport in the States by far. And the Super Bowl is the greatest American game because it's the championship for football.
Yes.
It's also, I believe, a reference to the Great American Dream, because it's a lot about, the whole performance is a lot about minorities and portraying that the minority culture, black culture, and ethnic culture. So I believe that it's a reference to the Great American Dream, where it's like, come to America, it's great. And then Kendrick says how it really is throughout his whole performance.
He really called out
everyone.
Everybody. A lot of, I mean, the whole thing is a big middle finger to Drake, obviously. Is
Drake
surface level.
Drake at surface level for sure.
The surface level.
If you dig deeper, somebody told him Trump was there. He knew Trump was going to be there.
Everyone knew Trump was there.
Yeah. Everyone knew he was going to be there.
You don't have to tell him that Trump was going to be there. Everyone knew that because he was like, hey, I'm going to the...
See, I didn't hear him announce he was going, so...
Well, it was announced that the first sitting president to go to the...
Gotcha.
So everyone knew he was going to be there.
Gotcha. So I think a lot of jabs are portrayed at Trump and the government as well.
Mainly government in general. I don't see too much on Trump because I don't know... Obviously, I don't know Kendrick's relationship between him and Trump. I don't know if there's like a whole thing there.
Kendrick's from California.
Okay, so
probably liberal.
So California, everyone hates Trump.
Yeah. Maybe not everybody, but most.
Not everybody. I have a couple friends in California. I like him, so
yeah. But definitely, I would say a majority.
Yeah, you want to talk about brainwashing? Capital of brainwashing right there.
Yeah.
keep away from that for now.
Yeah, but
more of a main episode topic.
yeah. But I know we said a while ago, like, we're going to avoid political stuff. This is very political.
It's kind of hard to do that.
But I'm trying to just portray.
It's kind of just intertwined and everything now. So
yeah, I'm just laying it out like what all the references are, and what most of them mean.
If you paid attention to yourself,
a lot of digs.
Like, oh boy.
Yeah. So, we do see Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam.
Makes sense.
Because his name is Sam.
His name is Sam. Could use any Sam. Fair.
I said on Sunday, I think he's from Compton. He is from DC. I've looked it up.
Oh, I don't know.
He's not even close to Compton. So that was wrong.
It makes sense. He's from the capital.
Yes. But we do see him dressed.
But he's one of the more popular Sams.
He's definitely a popular Sam in
any kind of entertainment.
In any entertainment, yeah. He's one of the more popular ones. And he's an actor, so you can
just be like, hey, here's the Rhode Island script. Have fun.
Yeah. But
at the end of the day, unfortunately, you said it's America's greatest game and it's great and stuff like that. It's all a big entertainment thing.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Oh, everything is.
It's all entertainment, so a lot of this is, which is where I feel like a lot of its win comes from.
Yeah.
Being so based in entertainment. So.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of sports stuff being rigged nowadays. And that all stemmed probably from wrestling. Mm-hmm. Wrestling has been called rigged since day one. And now everybody's picking up on weird coincidences that happen and say that
some of it's hard to dismiss, though.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the football stuff.
Yeah.
Not calling out teams here, I'm just saying just some of it, because some of it's been, oh boy.
Yeah.
So
there are certain things that happen that I look at and I'm like, man, that looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
but at the end of the day, like it's all entertainment. So
at the end of the day as well, like everybody wants to go out and win as well. So I'm a firm believer in sports are not rigged in the grand scheme of things. There's just some instances that look weird.
Even if you think it's not rigged, it can be rigged enough in the back end that even the players can't change.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, just because of the rules of the game or
exactly
just overbearing the coaches or
But in my mind, in the grand scheme of things, it's
NBA staff or just whatever.
For sure. But I definitely think in the grand scheme of things, it's not rigged because everybody's human. Everybody wants to.
I'm just saying, grand scheme of things is all entertainment. Which entertainment is not a great. Which is not a great genre, anyways.
Yeah.
For being fair.
For sure.
So
something that I learned I didn't pick up on from the original performance was Uncle Sam, Samuel L. Jackson, is supposed to be portrayed as an Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom is the main character from Uncle Tom's Cabin, which was a novel from the 1850s by Harriet Beecher Stowe. Mm-hmm. And Uncle Tom was seen as a literary attack against the dehumanization of slaves. Mm. So Uncle Tom was a black character and was a slave. And he was trying to free the slaves. Mm-hmm. But he was also overly friendly to the slave owners because he was like a top-end slave, like a top-performing slave, I guess.
He was a house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like up there. So, definitely makes sense when you look into it.
Right.
Because you're probably not picking up on that from first glance.
But also like people are saying you can't middle Sam because he's black.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Tell it to Disney, anyways.
Yes, literally. Calling Disney out real quick. But it also relates to Samuel L. Jackson's character Stephen from Django Unchained. Because Stephen was a senior house slave, just like Uncle Tom.
Maybe. Never worked.
That's what a lot of people online are pointing out.
Fair enough.
Now to music, because that's what the whole thing is.
After 25 minutes.
Yes. Jump into the music side of it, because I did this in chronological order rather than like here's all my points on the set, here's all my points on the lyrics, here's all my points on this. I'm literally in order. So
as they appear.
Yes. So Kendrick starts out with the music, the background music from Whacked Out Murals, which is his first song on the new album GNX. And it's, people don't know for sure because it's unreleased. The lyrics are from an unreleased song. It's either a cut verse from Whacked Out Murals or it's a cut song from the album. Nobody knows. A lot of people have gone ahead and called it Bodies because that was like a main lyric in like the key part of the performance of the song. And I wrote down as another point separate, the full lyrics are on Genius if you need a full breakdown, because I'm not here to completely decipher the entire thing because I will literally sit here all day.
Unfortunately,
I will sit here all day. A 13-minute performance literally took me about 4 hours to get through last night. I started right as soon as I got off work at 11, and I didn't go to bed until almost 3:30.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And that was like off of one full watch to break it all down, and then one more to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because I've literally watched this probably 30 times now, and I've listened to it on Spotify. I listened to it on Spotify on repeat all day yesterday. Because I'm that entertained by it that I don't get bored of it. And I probably never will because I am that entertained by what happened. But anyways, I have a lot more lyric breakdown on the unreleased song and the lyric changes rather than the songs that are out, because you can go look up the songs that are out if you care enough to go find what the lyrics actually mean.
Exactly.
I do have some major lyrics broken down.
I mean, some of them are just surface level.
Some are surface level, but some I
just
have.
In general, is what they say. That's what it is.
Yeah, but
some of them are much more.
But like later on, I have like a breakdown of a couple of lyrics in Humble, and that song's been out for years. So, but he starts out with a lyric that says, "No more handshakes and hugs. Time to stand up for ourselves." And no more handshakes and hugs. So he's like, we need to fucking stand up. Like, we can't keep getting walked over.
Right. And he's not the one saying that. There's been people saying that for fucking years, by the way. So,
which it's funny. I have a point later on, and I'll probably bring it back up to circle it back around. But his album from 2022 called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick's main message is that he's not here to save his people, the black people. Like, he's tried enough, and he's done trying to save them. And now, from this halftime show, he's literally saying, based off of a lot of people's interpretation, that, like, nobody else is doing it, so I guess I'm going to have to.
If no one else will.
Yeah, which literally comes back up here in just a few minutes when this first intro bit is over. He says, so he's standing on the hood of the Grand National when he's performing this little part here. The energy only circulate through us. Everybody must be judged. All black people get judged harder than any other minority.
I could agree with that.
We, as especially coming from somebody who's white, doesn't have to deal with too many issues here. I am guilty of this. I was raised in a small town in Southern Illinois, pretty much white. Everybody was white. And if you saw somebody of color, you instantly saw them as different. They're different. Why are they different? Then I moved, still in Southern Illinois, but I moved to a bigger town that had a lot more people of color than people that were white. And I was kind of I'm very shy to new people anyways, but especially in that environment, I'm 12 years old and my standing with my family's not great. I'm getting pulled out of one school and put in another school, and I'm like, who the fuck are all these people? Also, I go from a school that's probably got like 400 or 500 people to a school that's got probably 1,800 people. And the way that town was set up, the middle schools were divided in half based off of what side of town you lived on, because they had 2 middle schools. So I get there, and there's a bunch of people who are of Mexican descent, Asian descent, Indian descent, that are African descent, and I basically have to learn how to adapt to that situation. And you find out that most people are just people. We obviously have rare cases where we obviously hear about it on the news, which is
honestly, you gotta be real careful where you're going.
Yeah.
If you start going down this road, I'm like, you might get canceled. Keep this up.
No.
But
But
you better bring this back pretty fucking quick.
no, I'm trying to stay there. I'm just trying to portray my story into why I think this is what he's saying. And that's just how it is. I mean,
especially the more southern you get, it's worse.
Definitely.
Unless you're so far south in Norway because of the whole Creole thing down there where they basically royalty. So.
Right.
Anyways, besides that, and just history shows you most of the southern states weren't exactly friendly to that race people.
Yes.
So
it's
not even to be race.
That's just how it is. That's just history. Unfortunately, it's history.
In the grand scheme of things, they're just people like you and me.
Yeah.
Now, granted, some of them are pretty bad.
I mean, there's white people that are bad, but
they do the same shit, but you
never hear about it. You never see it.
So.
And that's part of the reference in the halftime show. And I have points on that later. But another lyric right off the jump. 20 years in, still got that pen dedicated to cold hard truth. I mean, you look at that at a surface level because that one was not broken down anywhere.
Don't need to.
He's just saying he's been spitting facts in rap for 20 years.
Which, in theory, even though a lot of people don't call rap music. Music in general is an expression of
the person,
ideally yourself,
yeah,
or of an idea.
Yes,
and that doesn't matter if it's rap, country, rock, gospel. It doesn't matter what music form you're in.
All music has a story.
It has a story behind it.
Exactly.
How deep you want to go.
Yeah.
Some of them are very surface level, and some of them are not so much. So
Kendrick's is more on the side of not so much. For the most part, his is on the side of not so much.
With a sprinkle of surface level stuff in there.
Yeah.
Just to kind of bring you back. If you want to not get as much.
Yeah. That's the whole point of some of the lyric breakdown, because I saw a lot of people that I'm friends with on Facebook that happen to be older generations, my parents included, that were like, I liked it. I can't believe my dad liked it, first off.
Really?
I can't believe it.
Why not?
I'm sure he didn't, but he is a big rock fan and not a rap fan. But for people like that, that's why I have a lot of lyrics broken down, so that you can hear them slower and understand what he's saying, and then we break down what they mean. He says, like another line later, he says, really don't bother nobody, but they run it by me if I got to clear out the room. And that, to me, is a line right back to the Drake beef, where he says, like, I think it was in Euphoria, he's like, look, I mind my own business. I want to put out music for the people, and I don't want to bother nobody. I just want to put out my music. But if you're going to poke the bear,
you're going to get the...
you're going to hold smoke, basically. And that's basically my point on that. Like, and Also, they run it by me if I got to clear out the room. He's saying he's the best. So if you want to send shots, you got to ask him first.
Which is a bit egotistical, but
I mean, isn't all music?
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah. Most music is that way.
Break down any kind of music, most of it's like that.
Yeah.
But I am the king of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one alive today is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah, pretty much.
For it doesn't matter what genre of music you're in. No one alive today is the quote unquote god of the king of music.
Yeah, no.
No one did.
I mean, I don't really think anybody back in the day was either. We just gave them a title because they dominated.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of
the king of rock and roll.
Yeah, there's a lot of
the prince of pop, the king of pop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the king of rock and roll, Elvis. The king of pop, Michael Jackson. The prince of pop is Prince.
I mean, just because of
play on words, but also because they dominated what they did.
Right.
Nowadays,
I feel like now that there's too much that no one can really rise above.
Exactly. I 100% agree with that. There's too much competition.
Everyone's like, "Oh, what about Taylor Swift?" It's like, no, because she's on her downturn now.
Within reason, I think she dominated for long enough.
Yeah,
she's good on her.
She's still kind of.
She's still on her peak, but I think
she's starting to get to that.
Rather than saying she's
not just falling, she's kind of just like gotta get over
that. Yeah, she's kind of peaking right now, but I would also argue rather than her going on a downfall, other female pop artists are chasing her.
We'll just pass her eventually.
They're coming after her. Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Ariana.
Well,
Ariana's kind of disappeared, but
I was gonna say Chappell Roan. We're not sure how that's gonna go after that.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. But it's Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande is still kind of, which is surprising because she's been kind of.
She did the whole Wicked.
I feel like.
Yeah. What the fuck else was I gonna say? There's another female pop star that I was gonna say in that, but it was Olivia Rodrigo, but she's kind of fallen off a little bit too. But anyways.
Continue on.
Couple bars later, you would not get the picture if I had to sit you for hours in front of the Louvre. That bar is hard. And you can very much look at that at a surface level and say the Louvre is the big art museum in Paris near the Eiffel Tower where the Mona Lisa sits. You would not get the picture art, if I had to sit you for hours in front of the art.
Yeah.
Also,
which
the play on words,
a lot of people will not get.
A lot of people aren't going to get. That's why we're here.
Still don't.
That's why we're here. But a lot of people had said that he is saying only the intended audience will get it. But he's also not there to perform for everybody. He's there to perform for his intended audience. That's why he doesn't end up conforming to what he's supposed to be doing.
Well, he's not tough.
Exactly.
Because you know what pop music is, right?
I feel like, in my opinion, pop is like the barrel at the bottom. If you don't fit into anything else, you fall in the barrel.
Well,
that's my opinion on pop music.
It's pop music.
Exactly.
Just straight up the word.
Yes. At a very surface level. That's what that is.
That's what pop is. Just pop music. Which, honestly, the analogy of falling into the catch barrel, I'm not surprised by.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that say general's pop because he's in so many different genres.
Yeah, if you try to dabble in too much stuff, they just throw you in pop.
So you're done. Stop. I mean, Gerald's kind of climbing out of that too.
Yeah.
Is he top? Is he top of the game in any genre?
No.
Is he in the conversation all the time? Yes.
Yes.
So kind of falls in that pop a little bit, which is unfortunate.
For sure.
But
but I've also got here, more lyrics from the intro because it's unreleased. So I'm doing like full breakdown of that pretty much. Says, would not have a soul. Excuse me. Even if I had told you to stand next to Johnny and Q. Well, is supposed to be a cuss word. We don't know what. but he's censoring it because it's live on TV.
Which honestly, he could have just not.
He could have not, but then the NFL would have had to, and then it wouldn't have been fully live either.
I mean, there's people saying it anyways, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how hard it is to edit live stuff.
It's pretty fucking difficult.
So, so again, I could do it because.
I mean,
there's a delay
there. Of course,
if you don't know any kind of sport, it doesn't matter. If it's NASCAR, IndyCar, racing of any kind, like
it's always
a live music concert, live sporting events, football, baseball, soccer, whatever you're watching, anything live anymore. There's a delay there just for they know it's working correctly more than anything. And news is even delayed.
Yes.
Like live news channels has like a 5-second delay. So if someone says something they're not supposed to, they can just be like, yeet. Real quick.
See you later.
Before it comes out. But then since a lot of people know that, you can get around that pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because you can do one and then immediately try to find another one. They can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because like now they're too far back in editing. Fuck. So
unless you have multiple people stretched out to do, like if one takes the edit there, then another's got to take an edit there, and then another do this and do that. And with rap,
any kind of live anything.
With rap music, you would have to, because there are cuss words very frequently.
I'm actually surprised to stay away from his main one he says all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
he somehow stayed away from that one because 98% of songs have that word in there.
Yes,
that cannot be said.
Yes,
even by him, apparently.
Yeah. Back to that one lyric breakdown. Johnny and Q. Mm-hmm. Johnny is J-Rock, and Q is Schoolboy Q, which are former label mates of his. Kendrick is saying in that bar that even if you were in his shoes, you wouldn't have the vision and soul to deal with the conflict in the same way. That's from the lyric breakdown on Genius. I did not come up with that. There's no way I would have come up with that shit. Nope.
You ain't that guy, pal.
Yeah. And then the next line is crazy. It's a 4-bar. Says, started with nothing but government cheese, but now I can seize the government too. I remember the food stamp color was tan and brown, but now the hunted is blue. That's literally saying he came from food stamps because he remembers what the food stamp color was, which is a government program. So he started with nothing but government money to being the best, and now he can count hundreds.
Fair enough.
Basic. If you understand the language there, that is a basic breakdown.
Yeah, that's basic enough.
As long as you can read the lyrics, because if you didn't catch the lyrics in real time, which I know we didn't for the intro, because it wasn't a song that's released. So we literally had to go find it.
Right.
But once you can read it, that 4-bar is an easy breakdown, but it's hard. So
because those are fast too.
Yes. That intro was fast.
It's quick.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't slow at all. It was quick.
Yeah. So. And then he says, I remember I said I'm the greatest back when you was debating the number 1 and number 2. He was saying back then he was the best while we were all arguing about who was better, Drake or Kendrick. Because that's been an argument for years. Who's better? Also, I love all the memes that have come from it. Little sidetrack.
Love the memes.
Love the memes. What kickstarted this whole round of beef? This beef has been brewing for over a decade. What kickstarted this round was off of Drake's album, For All the Dogs, a song called First Person Shooter with J. Cole. J. Cole says, talking about like who's the best, is it K. Aubrey, which is Drake, or me? We the big three, like we started a league. Big three is like a 3-on-3 basketball league that is like celebrities and former basketball players and stuff like that. But the main hook is numero uno, so uno, number one. Me and Drizzy, this shit like the Super Bowl. Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. So everybody posting pictures of Kendrick have edited like big as the what? And he's at the fucking Super Bowl. So they're pulling Drake lyrics for a Kendrick photo for a Kendrick performance.
Boy.
Crazy.
Man, it's kind of cooked at this point.
Yeah. Well, and that's a closing point too, because Drake did some stupid fucking bullshit last night.
Why am I not surprised?
Last night or the night before to fire right back.
Anyway.
So lyric breakdown of the intro done. This video is probably not going up because we're probably going to be audio only. We're 47 minutes in. We're fucking 3 minutes into this performance. So this is going to be a long one.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can
scrap the video.
Scrap the video order. Well, no, I end up hearing different parts.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that with the setup we got, but
it's fine. Just general
rambling. Yep. General rambling for this midweek session. First ever midweek session.
Eventually we'll end up getting more
high tech.
Longer form video.
Yeah. Probably one of the biggest lines of the entire thing was the transition from the intro to Squabble Up.
Mm.
Everybody heard it. Everybody heard what he said. The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. Holy fuck.
That's a...
Holy fuck.
Well, wow.
So we're going to start off on the first part, the revolution about to be televised. There was a 1970 poem by Gil Scott Heron that was called The Revolution Will Not Be Televised.
Not today's day and age, anyways.
And that is now like a very popular statement.
Mm-hmm.
And that poem...
in today's day and age, it's going to be televised.
Everything's televised. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about it. But it was a poem and a song, but it was aimed to invoke action in the streets rather than sitting there and watching shit happen.
Fair enough.
This phrase has also been satirized due to how widely documented tragedies happen today.
We had one literally go.
We have probably multiple every single day. And they're all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Whether
it's your local city, national, or international. Shit happens. We see it, we hear about it, we talk about
it. Yep. Which, and honestly, with the invention of smartphone, actually.
Yes.
Made that.
Making a computer in your hand, the shit spreads like wildfire.
Yes.
Terrible choice of words, because that was a tragedy pretty recently.
Anyways.
To piggyback off of that, the next part, you picked the right time. He could be saying...
I feel like that was more along the lines of the fact that every smartphone can just record.
For sure. I totally
agree with that. Whatever is going on.
Totally. I totally agree with that. A big one that has been thrown around is the NFL picked the right time for Kendrick to do the halftime show at the height of his career. Right off the back of the huge beef, right off the back of an album release, right before a world tour.
Mm-hmm. Well, then there's a dig at the NFL too, don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
For all you NFL heroes, there's a dig at that as well.
Yeah. And then a lot of people are saying this, and I think it could be a little more far-fetched, but it's not out of the question. The nation picked the right time to rally against the wrong guy. the president in the audience.
Yeah. So he's doing more in the first couple weeks than a bunch of them done. Besides, like, maybe Obama actually did.
Obama did a lot of shit.
Yeah, a
lot of good shit.
And then even in the first few weeks, he did a lot of shit, too.
Yeah.
So, and turns out, believe it or not, even though they're two separate parties, Obama and Trump are friends.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane to me.
That is pretty crazy to think about.
Like,
especially with how much Trump hates people of color.
I don't think so.
I think he really does.
How much he was joking around with Obama? I don't think so. I guess people say Obama about color because, you know.
Well, so I think. Let me back up. Let me back up. I don't think Trump hates people of color. I think Trump hates people of color that attack him.
That's fair. That's just the defense.
Yeah.
But I feel like the people of color thing is also the ones that are not exactly the quote unquote good ones.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you have people of color and you have people of color that are not exactly great. I can't say that word.
Okay.
The ones that are always doing like crime and always doing whatever.
Okay.
The ones that are either incarcerated or just on the street doing whatever.
Gotcha.
And that's the ones I think he's more going towards.
I agree.
There's a dividing. There's a word I can say there, but I can't say it because it's not exactly. There's a difference between black people and them.
Yes.
So.
The issue I have with Trump, though, is the fact that he generalizes it. I think his intentions are there. So don't come for me if you fucking hate Trump. Don't even start.
In a position
the problem I have. Yes. The issue I have, though, is he's not targeting the problem. He generalizes it as a whole race is the problem.
Well, sometimes it's kind of hard to get wrong. Being in a position. Like, he would have said it normally.
Right.
But I mean, that he's in a position of power.
He's screwed.
Now you're trying to fucking.
Well, that and also the fact that it's fucking him. Yeah. He's been in a position of power. I don't even think he couldn't have been a fucking president in 2016 and still say it today and probably still be catching shit for it. Because it's him.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who just don't like him in general. Also, him being a businessman, a lot of people don't like businessmen. Because
businessmen are corrupt.
They're pretty good. Not as corrupt as politicians, but they're out there. Because guess how you make money? Being a businessman.
Yeah.
Anyway,
exactly.
What corrupts wholly? Money does. And power.
Money and power. He's got fucking both.
So.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, it seems like he's putting most of his fire on Elon.
Which everybody's coming for him now, too.
Man, people coming for him before.
Trying to cut fucking government funding and then.
People were coming for Elon before.
Well, now
he became a political
figure. Yeah.
Becoming hurt because of the cars.
All that, yeah.
Shit. People that are trying to help, in the grand scheme of things, become demonized very quickly.
Yes. Yes.
And it's an opinion-based, being on a very opinion-based world, especially with TikTok out there.
Just any social, anything.
Well,
TikTok's the main one, but any form of social.
It's very hard to come out of that demonization.
Yeah.
Because everyone takes what you say and twist it.
Oh, for sure. Grab his dick and twist it. Oh my god.
I did not bring that one up. Holy shit.
Anyway.
Oh my god. Don't make me pull the clip on me. God damn.
It just happened. It happened. And then I started it. I'm like, well, I can't stop it. So whatever.
You know what I mean. Okay, anyway, besides the fuse. Wow. Okay. Besides that.
Anyway.
People take it into words, which is another thing, which is why I feel like the Kendrick thing didn't work out well.
I mean, yeah.
Because people were twisting what he said, not in the way he wanted it, in the opposite direction. So now he looks like the bad guy.
I mean, yes, but also this is...
everyone can just try to twist out.
In my opinion...
Especially when it's famous.
In my opinion, though, that's because of the division that exists.
Well, it's been there.
If you're willing to do your research and find,
here's the problem: a lot of
people won't. A lot of people are brainwashed,
and you can even tell them that.
Yes, a lot of people are
And
brainwashed.
they'll call you a racist, a bigot, or whatever.
Yes,
just because
those
it's
people,
not their belief they have in their head.
Come at me if you want for this. Those people are the problem.
No.
They're the problem. If you go do your research and find out what shit actually means, look at both sides, figure out what shit means, then form your opinion, this world's going to be a lot better.
Too bad it'll never happen. But anyway.
Too bad it's never going to fucking happen.
See, the problem is people like that are the minority, unfortunately.
Right.
People actually do the research. People actually take half a fucking second to do anything.
Yes.
Instead of immediately go to some kind of opinion.
Yes.
Are unfortunately already in not just America, in the entire world.
Which sucks because the people who you think would be able to take half a second and formulate an opinion, because they're not extreme one side or the other,
it's not the one that
is the fucking majority of this fucking country.
It's not that they can't, but they refuse to.
Yes. And those are the people that are the problem. I don't give a shit if you're excessive liberal, excessive conservative.
I don't give a shit which way you went.
The people
just don't get dumb fuck.
The people who are the fucking middle, like us, but don't take the time to fucking look and figure shit out. They're the problem.
Unlike us, they actually take time to look and try to figure something out.
Those people are the problem.
Like, should I bring up a podcast?
Yes.
That I seen on TikTok? If I see one video, I'm not bringing it up.
Exactly.
I won't.
Because
if I start seeing a bunch of different videos from different people, and it's like, wait a minute, is this actually on? I'll go actually close that down, jump over to Google and be like, okay, what the fuck's going on with this?
Right.
If nothing pops up, then fuck off. It's not coming up.
Yes.
It's just some fake bullshit.
Yes.
Something pops up, I read into it, it's like, okay, maybe I might need to bring this up because holy fuck. But
you might have some validity here.
But it's like, if I see one video, whatever, it's just some made up bullshit. Go away. Go fucking do dumb shit somewhere else.
Exactly.
Go do it on Twitter.
For sure.
It's cool. I don't give a fuck. It's called Twitter.
It's always going to be Twitter. Back to Elon. Fuck you.
Damn.
Rename it Twitter, you piece of shit. Anyways.
Never call it X. Don't care.
Nope. Never going to happen. So, next lyric to pop up is someone better squabble up.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he has a song called Squabble Up. It's the next song played. It's the second song on the album. So it's a segue. But the deeper meaning there is exactly what I just said earlier. Someone needs to do something about what's happening in this country. Kendrick did it for a while, putting a message out there. Then in 2022 on his album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, he stepped away from that. He's not going to be the savior. But now, after 3 years of no one doing anything, he's decided somebody's got to do it. So I guess I'll do it.
The only problem is trying to do that's going to make you the bad guy.
Well, somebody's got to.
Sometimes you have to be the bad guy for the greater good.
Yep. Which is what he's trying to do. Ultimately.
That just goes for anybody, not just Kendrick.
Right, but that's what he's trying to do.
Trying to change anything, you want to make them bad.
Exactly.
No matter
until people can fucking accept that shit needs change. And that's the other issue, is people realize that change needs to be made, but nobody's willing to fucking do anything. This is like we fucking said not that long ago. We could go overthrow the government tomorrow. Nobody's going to because we're all fucking scared.
Right. Which honestly, we have no reason to be. Because we're the military. You gotta realize most of the military hates the fucking government. We have the backing of our own military against our government.
I'm very thirsty because I'm talking a lot, but yes.
But I'm just saying, we could have the backing of our own world scaring government, world scaring military.
Yes.
Against our own government.
Exactly.
And they wouldn't stand a fucking chance. They wouldn't last longer than 3 seconds. They wouldn't last longer than about 5 seconds.
Our government didn't do fucking jack shit when Trump's fucking supporters stormed the Capitol. They all went running.
No, oh shit, nope.
We saw how easy that was.
And the fact is, you want the main reason Why no one will ever fully attack the United States?
Because everyone's scared.
Besides military, not even, you get past military. You can't get past the fucking rednecks in the South.
You're not wrong.
Because
the rednecks are fucking psycho.
Because guess what? Our military has to abide by war crimes.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have to abide by war crimes?
Those clowns.
The rednecks.
Those psychos.
The amount of people that own guns and guns that aren't exactly registered.
Yes. It's kind of scary.
Good luck getting anywhere with that shit.
Yeah.
If you were on the wrong side of their hunting, oh boy.
Speak of rednecks doing redneck shit. Did you see in Philly people shooting like fireworks at others out of a fucking box? Holy cow.
Yeah, because
it's Philly.
Because Eagles won.
Because it's Philly.
It's Philly. So, we won, destroy the city.
Yes.
What?
They lose, destroy the city. Doesn't matter.
Either way.
Cities get destroyed tonight.
Either way, city's fucked.
Yeah.
Either way, but, that's why, our military, the thing is, people don't realize how easily we could overthrow them.
Right.
And we have the right to. Dude, that's the crazy part.
Right.
People don't know. We have the right to do that.
Yeah.
It's in our Constitution to overthrow the government if we don't see it fit.
For now.
Well, Trump won't get rid of it.
He's trying.
No, I don't see Trump getting rid of that clause.
Buddy's literally set up a concentration camp at Guantanamo Bay for ethnic people.
He's to come in illegally.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care if you come in illegally. You do it legally, full cool. Doesn't bother me at all. Don't be the one coming illegally.
I agree with that, but
see, I feel like now you're trying to fall for mainstream media. I don't like it.
No. Rather than just sending them back to their home, you're going to send them to fucking Cuba and lock them away. That's fucked up.
I don't know about that.
That's fucked up.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's where Guantanamo Bay is.
But I feel like that might be something effective.
It could be.
I think that might be hella effective just to try to bring them down a notch.
It's possible, but
I don't know. So
we don't know.
I'm not going to go too far into that one.
Yeah. We don't know. To back up a little bit, we saw all his dancers popping out of the Grand National.
A.K.A. Clown Car Grand National.
Yes.
Well, no, it's good.
There's fucking stairs under.
There's stairs.
Yeah.
And the trunk and
all. Yeah.
Because the whole bottom's gone. Which,
yes.
Unfortunately, it's just a shell of the Grand National, not actual Grand National.
Yeah. But obviously the lights were down during the intro, so we couldn't really tell. The lights come up when Squabble Up starts. We realize quickly all of them are black.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are Americans of African descent, to put it politically correct terms. And they're all wearing...
Is it even politically correct anymore?
There's nothing that's politically correct anymore.
That's right.
Anyway. And they're all dressed red, white, and blue. Which, yeah. Well, the ones that popped out of the Grand National.
They were, but then
there were others, off to the side that were, in black.
They're all black.
Yeah. Like when Kendrick was in the middle there towards the end, they were all on the different shapes, and they were all in black.
Yeah, so
but
a lot of visual getting points on.
Yeah, but so then obviously he goes to Squabble Up, which he says a lyric that I knew right away was before we even knew what was coming. I knew that lyric was going to be played. Quid pro quo, what you want, because I'm watching it. Quid pro quo is sexual harassment from a person in power, and Latin for something for something. It's, if you do this for me, I will do this for you.
It's the basic same concept I've heard of it.
Yeah, pretty much. But quid pro quo is like a big thing from the Me Too movement, where a boss asks for a sexual favor in the purpose to give you a job or promote you or what have you. That's just a basic lyric breakdown. And he's saying he's watching it because it happens a lot.
It does.
Unfortunately. And then I love the next two bar. or it might not be next, but it's pretty quick after that. Tell me why you boys rap if you fictional. Tell me why you boys fed if you criminal. It's been said for a long time, Drake has ghostwriters. He doesn't write his own shit, at least all the time. So, why do you rap if it's not your shit? And then tell me why you boys fed if you criminal. Trump's a criminal. Why are you back in office? Very basic. Very basic line.
I mean,
he obviously pardoned himself.
Was he fully criminal, or did the Democratic
Party, was convicted,
or did the Democratic Party make that happen?
He was convicted on sexual allegations, so
that's fair.
But that is for sure some sort of criminal offense.
Well, I'm saying a lot of it. I feel like it was fabricated from.
I think some of it was.
That's not. I'm not saying like I'm full. I'm just saying.
That's how the media is. The media fabricates everything.
I mean, that's why I don't fucking watch news. Yeah, that's why I got my news from. Tell you, actually legit, not fucking edited to fucking fake.
I watched a lot of my news from Twitter, but then I also
works too.
go right into digging into some research on it.
I don't just immediately. Oh, this guy said it. Must be factual. Don't ever.
Hey, look, this happened. Where'd you see it? Facebook. No.
Oh, you mean it happened like 3 days? You mean it happened 3 weeks ago? Great.
Also, 3 weeks ago, it was fake, and it's still fake because it's Facebook. Shit.
No, some of it's not.
Some of it's not, but some of it very much is.
Majority of it's not. So, but that's the thing is people are like, oh, I trust this guy for X, Y, and Z. It must be real. It's like,
yeah.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like if you go research like, even at the baseline level,
yeah,
you find that's bullshit.
Yeah. A lot of Samuel L. Jackson's quotes I have broken down just because they were very significant into what was going on. So after Squabble Up, he comes back around and he's demanding that he play more approachable and well-liked songs so that people enjoy it. Mm-hmm. That the common person, common viewer enjoys the show. Saying that the intro and Squabble Up are too loud, too reckless, and emphasis too ghetto. Mm-hmm. Which Squabble Up is like a West Coast term for let's fight.
Yeah.
For those who don't know that. Some people don't know that. So it's definitely more of a term for nowadays rather than back then. So some people might not even get why the song is called that. That's the whole point. Somebody better squabble up. Somebody better fight for us. Somebody better do something. And then asks if Mr. Lamar, Kendrick, obviously, really knows how to play the game.
Right.
Saying, do you really know the system?
No one does, but anyways.
No one knows.
Here's the problem. The system is not a system.
Yes. You're fucking right. So government don't know the damn government. But
so it's anyways.
And then says
point it out real well. Anyway.
Yeah. And then says he needs to tighten up. Mm-hmm. Which is the closest the Tennessee Titans will ever get to a Super Bowl. Anyway.
Probably right. Anyway.
But tighten up. So Kendrick needs to fix his performance and the songs that he's playing to better fit and conform to the white agenda. Because the typical white people that would listen to his music are going to listen to his bigger hits.
Yes.
That he ends up playing right after. So then he goes into Humble, which is probably one of his biggest songs, and before the new album and the beef.
Very mean, by the way.
Very much so. But before the new album and the beef with Drake, that was probably his biggest song. Almost guaranteed.
Until what's coming up next? But anyways,
get that later. Later. So yeah, he goes into Humble to conform to his demands of needing to play more approachable songs. Right away in the setup for Humble, his dancers are in a American flag formation.
With him in the center, right?
Kendrick's in the center. But it's not like Kendrick's in the center and they fill in around him. There's a whole line. Yeah. And
for a reason.
Yeah, obviously for a reason. And that's what I don't get about people who say they don't get the message. Watch it. Right. Literally watch it. If you don't come away from it, if you don't pull anything else out of the halftime show, you have to see that and know what it means. The country is as divided as it's ever been, probably since the Civil War at least.
Probably ever will be.
Yeah. Well, if it keeps going the way it's going, it's probably going to get worse.
Hmm. Well, I mean, it gets worse when you never revolution. Either way.
Fucking might. Civil War round 2, bitches.
Like I said, we can work together.
We definitely could.
And people won't realize it.
We definitely could do that. So we saw that to say how divided the country really is. But we also see, while he's performing, the dancers are nodding their head as well. Mm. Obviously, a lot of people nod their head to the beat of a song, but I truly believe that they're also nodding, saying that they're conforming to playing more approachable songs.
Okay.
Definitely a possibility.
So that's definitely a possibility.
Yes. And then we got a pretty decent line here. Nope, skipped one. Skipped a point. So a different line first. Finessing on him with some counterfeit. Now I'm counting this. Right back to the food stamp. Mm. And now the 100 is blue. He was printing counterfeit money because he couldn't get any money. And now he's counting a lot of real money. Very basic lyric breakdown.
From being a criminal, being not a criminal. So
there's a lot of people who could say that.
Yes, there is.
Anyway. Now the big one that I was going to get to. Parmesan, where my accountant lives. Matter of fact, I'm down in this. Do say with my boobay tastes like Kool-Aid for the analysts. Parmesan is a type of cheese.
Yes.
No shit.
Wow.
Cheese.
Another type of cheese.
Cheese. You're a fuck. And I hate you.
Anyways.
Cheese is another word for money.
Yes.
Which he definitely said earlier on, too.
Kind of skipped on that. Government cheese.
Government cheese. Government money.
Also,
I mean, we didn't really skip over that because we started with the food stamp thing and then went back to that government funding.
Hammer into it too much.
Yeah.
Enough to
get their point across. Do say, I did not know this, is a French cognac.
What? The fuck?
Cognac is kind of like Hennessy.
I know, I just didn't know this.
Yeah. Douce is a brand of French cognac.
I didn't know French cognac in general. But...
Yes. And then the phrase drinking the Kool-Aid is used when somebody blindly adopts a detrimental lifestyle, belief system, or behavior due to peer pressure.
Anyway.
So
we were talking about earlier about the whole singing song going for it.
That phrase started with the Jonestown Massacre, where 909 people drank cyanide mixed with a fruit-flavored powder, similar to Kool-Aid, and died because it's fucking poison. The other thing is like...
But the media journalists can say that too.
Yes. Another big thing there is like, do say with my boobay tastes like Kool-Aid for the analysts. So, spending money, drinking, all of that, flaunting your wealth is obviously showing off. But a big thing he's saying is like, do say with my boobay, so obviously his girl, drinking an expensive French cognac is similar to like drinking the Kool-Aid for the rest of us with how much he's making.
Okay.
So you got like a little triple entendre right there. So that was a big one that I never caught in the fucking like 7-8 years that the song's been out. This is also one that I didn't catch the 20 some odd times I've seen the performance.
Only 20.
Ish. I haven't kept track, but I've watched it a lot because I love it.
You can't count by that. Anyway.
I can only count to 4.
Damn it.
Between Humble and DNA, when the dancers are running off, they pan way out to a camera up in the corner. And you couldn't tell because of the angle of the camera too well live, and I couldn't tell before. But watching it last night, I finally saw it. Where the crowd lights up, we had the typical view from straight on, so we could very easily read it. This one was from the corner, so it was harder to read, but it said stage 1, saying like stage 1 of the show, the game, the revolution is complete. I did not pick up on that until last night.
Now, you know, I only thought there was 3. The lights, but
I think it's the 3 main ones, yeah.
Anyway,
because I think it was either 4 or 5 for stage 1.
The other ones I see, like starting here, the warning one and the game over one.
Yes, those are the 3 big ones. So then he goes into DNA, which is a song about how he was raised and where he's from.
Right.
I don't have too many lyric breakdowns on that song, to be honest. But then comes the next message in the crowd after DNA, before Euphoria, warning wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Which I noticed a lot of people did not pick up on. A lot of like the people on the internet never saw that. We picked up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think second or third watch through, we saw it.
I seen the warning before, I just didn't see what it said. How quickly it was.
Well, yeah, I saw warning at the top on the first watch, but I couldn't really tell what it said underneath.
Yeah, that's what.
But then I
just couldn't tell what it said
but,
underneath.
But then
warning, shit.
But then when we watched it again and paused it, I'm like, I got up on the TV. I'm like, what the fuck does that say? Wrong way. Holy shit. That's crazy. And basically, that can be very easily interpreted as, at a surface level, if you're following the game format, warning wrong way pops up in like Mario Kart when you're going the wrong way on a track.
Right, that's a very basic.
If you dig into what that means, he's pretty much saying we're headed the wrong way as a country, as a society. That's
unfortunately there's no reset button. Well, there is.
Kill everybody off and start.
It's not a good one. It's not a good reset button. There is a reset button.
There is a factory reset.
And let's say factory for sure.
Tear it all down and start over. Anyways. Then he goes into Euphoria.
Anyways.
Yes. Then he goes into Euphoria, which is a diss at Drake. Mm-hmm. Obviously. That's
one of the many.
Yes. But it is the first diss track that's been played at a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
It's kind
of. It's
popular enough to be able to play this.
Yes. Did I have any?
Oh no, he's unprepared. Like always.
Oh no, what a shame.
Always unprepared. You don't know this time. It doesn't mean shit.
But some of my shit I picked up on a second watch through, so then it's out of order.
Why am I surprised? Anyway. Oh, I keep looking at the camera. You bitch. Unless we do release a video.
That's right. I don't.
It'll be tomorrow and release the audio today.
We could do that, to be honest, because we are already over.
That is a possibility.
That is very possible. I honestly wouldn't hate that idea, to be honest. But
anyway,
talking on the fly, I do not have Euphoria lyric breakdown because he performed like a 10-ish bar from the start of the song, but there is a lot to unpack in that 10 bar that are all shots at Drake.
And not every time Drake was just at Drake.
Yes.
Some of them were at other people.
Some were at other people.
Even other entities.
Yes.
To be fair.
Yes. So I did not do lyric breakdowns on that because we'd probably be here for another hour just on that song. Because, I mean, literally every single bar has a deeper meaning. So if you care after listening to this, or if you want to pause it now, you can go look up Euphoria on its own and get the breakdown of the lyrics that were performed. Because if you go look at the Super Bowl halftime show lyric breakdown, none of them are broken down.
Well, I mean,
for Euphoria. But when you go to Euphoria itself, they're all broken down. Yeah. The next song was Man at the Garden, which he did on a street setup under a street light.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people pointed out that that's a reference to him growing up.
Yes.
And you need to be home when the street lights come on.
Yes. That used to be a big thing.
Yes.
Today comes on, your ass better be at home.
Yeah. And then,
which also kind of can differ from that song as well.
Yeah.
If you even one of those.
Yeah. Which, speaking of the background, I came up with this one on my own, so it could be a bit of a stretch. But Man at the Garden, it may be pre-recorded, but his background dancers sound a cappella. The boys behind him.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds very a cappella. There's no beat. And the song does sound like that when you go listen to the album. So it could be pre-recorded, but it sounds very a cappella when you're watching it. Could be, I said this, it could be a reference to like a jester on the street who's just starting up. Because a lot of people, like in the LA area, if you see Hollywood, if you've been to Hollywood, there's a lot of people on the street that are selling their mixtapes or dancing or singing, trying to make money to start their career. And you never know, because at some point, the right person could walk by and hear the right thing and be like, come with me, you're getting a record deal right now. Or come with me, I'm going to kill you. Anyway, because Hollywood's kind of fucked.
No between. Either way.
Yeah, one or the other.
Say, get in my car. We're either going to give you a record label or in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Bottom of the ocean, Jesus.
It's LA. Very close. Very easy to get to.
You've played too much GTA in your day. Anyways.
I didn't. Not thinking the point. Have you seen anything go on there like, God damn.
I mean, the ocean's a little weird. They kind of just...
hard to find them.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Easier to dig a hole. You know what I mean?
Underwater burial. Anyways.
Anyway, get a little dark there. But...
yeah. I mean...
welcome to LA.
The whole performance is kind of dark.
No, everything. Yeah, the whole world is kind of this point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Big lyric in Man at the Garden.
You're not starting off well either.
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
We had another plane crash yesterday. Anyways.
What the fuck? Again?
Yeah. Buddy in Texas flying a private plane, did a bunch of surveying around San Antonio, ran out of gas, tried to land on a state highway, crashed into an overpass.
Unlucky. Anyway.
Biggest lyric at Man at the Garden is saying he deserves it all. I deserve it all. Mm-hmm. He says it over and over again. If you listen to the full song, I think he said it once or twice. Actually, I think it was like 3 or 4 times during the actual performance. Because he didn't perform a whole lot of that song either.
Didn't perform a whole lot of any of the song.
Not really. But I think he was a little short on time. A lot of people have pointed out that he had a lot shorter set list than a typical halftime show.
Very short for him.
But if it was any longer, we'd be here for 6 hours breaking it down. So we're already headed that direction anyways.
Anyway.
But he's literally saying that he deserves to be where he's at. He's put into work. He's got the numbers. And he deserves to be there at the Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, that's a very basic breakdown, but like, that's pretty much what it means. And
we talked to on that one, but anyways.
For reference, because I'm going to point it out here in a minute, Whacked Out Murals, the first song on the album, Man at the Garden's like 5 or 6. Whacked Out Murals was a diss at Lil Wayne.
Okay. For
crying that he didn't fucking get the halftime show in his home city. Lil Wayne was all pissed.
You know how rare that is?
Very. Dre got lucky as shit.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Lucky as shit. Because that very rarely happens.
They don't try to do like, oh, home city, let's do this. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how they picked their halftime show.
Supposedly, the last few years, Rock Nation and Jay-Z have had a meeting with the NFL, and they collectively decide, which is why we've seen a lot more black entertainers get the halftime show.
I mean, that's a lot more even just
Yeah.
just any kind of media.
Supposedly, Shakira and J-Lo, I think, was the first one Rock Nation was in charge of, which was 2020.
They met to Disney throwing exchanging the characters around to be more inclusive, which I don't fully agree with.
Yeah.
Nothing against that culture. It's just characters made to be a certain way, and all of a sudden they change.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Right.
So because they bring up a little bit with the whole Uncle Sam thing.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle Sam is portrayed
as a white dude
99% of the time.
So. Yeah. And so a lyric that really hit me. I have a sibling that lives in New Orleans, so back to the revolution about to be televised.
Mm-hmm.
More blood be spilling, it's just paint to me.
Ooh.
In Man at the Garden. At a surface level, he's going to keep sending shots if he has to.
That one lands, I guess.
Yeah. The other thing I have, when he's performing DNA, Euphoria, and Man at the Garden, it appears to be on a street. Street lights, you got a
the middle of the stage was all kind of like that street stuff.
Exactly. So now, maybe a weird coincidence, but that song, that line, Under the Streetlight, when you're already in New Orleans, I think it could be a reference to the truck terrorist attack from New Year's Day. Long shot, very long shot, but I think it's possible.
It's definitely possible. I think in New Orleans there's a lot of jazz that brings from Under the Streetlight.
Exactly, and rap is a direct, creation from jazz and blues music.
Yeah, which pretty much where I all started at was
New Orleans.
New Orleans, which is my industry, so integral to its whole idea.
Yeah. So I think it's very possible. I think that's a very deep dive.
Kind of odd to bring it up in New Orleans not too long after that happened.
Well, I think it could be more of like a tribute as well to.
You can be very careful with that.
Yeah.
Very fucking careful.
Yeah. But, I mean, right back to the revolution about to be televised, more blood be spilling, it's just paint to me how often the tragedies get shown.
Yeah.
I think.
Right back.
So I bring this up really later on when it's the most important in his performance, but his breath work and choice of lyrics from his songs and the breath work of when to breathe so he can say what he wants to say is impeccable because he literally breathes to take out the swear words that are in his songs that he can't say on national television. But also he's taking breath work so that he can have bigger breaths to get a deeper message across. And I think...
You have to start doing that too if you need to get in
that
area, in music area.
Right. But I think that was a big chance for him to be able to do that if that was his message. Because right before that, he took a big pause and stopped rapping a bunch of words that are on the album to be able to say that and follow it up with the next line, whatever that line was. So I think it's very possible.
I can see that.
And then the very last line from the performance, I deserve it all because it's mine. The game is mine. I'm the best. Why you think you deserve the greatest of all time? I think following Whacked Out Murals, that's a diss at Wayne. The game is now mine. It's not yours anymore. You haven't run the game since the mid-2000s. Why do you think you deserve the greatest of all time? Drake saying he's been the best and still is the best after Kendrick has literally killed him on multiple occasions now. Literally killed him twice in a week with the Grammys and the Super Bowl. Why do you think? Why does Drake think he deserves the greatest of all time? And Trump is a narcissist. He thinks he's the best thing since fucking sliced bread. That's a fact. If you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you.
You're not wrong.
Exactly. If you don't see that, you're not wrong. Like, if you don't see that, I literally can't help. Like, because a lot of people can see it. And really the only people who don't are Trump glazers.
Yes. Like, you do realize the whole narcissism thing is the only reason he went to the game, right?
Oh, yeah. To make his presence known.
To make his presence known and to try to fix his relationship with the NFL.
Exactly. Which I don't think worked. And it definitely didn't work because he fucking left early.
Wait, what if he was rooting for the wrong team? He said probably Chiefs. So.
Well, yeah, because Harrison Butker fucking glazes him, and Travis Kelce said it was a fucking honor to be playing in front of him.
So,
which Taylor's probably pissed about that.
Which is weird being that Taylor is not exactly this fan.
Taylor fucking can't stand it. So that's crazy that he even said that.
I'm surprised Taylor didn't leave the country yet.
But I think...
Pretty sure she said that she's going to. She never did, so she's a fucking liar. But anyways.
I think it's very possible that line is directed at him as well.
You can, someone's line, you can direct back at Mahomes as well if you wanted to.
You could. You could very much make that argument.
With the whole
goat talk when he was down 24-0 at halftime.
Right. It should be like, oh, I'm essentially goat. Cover for it's like, you're just not. And when you don't have your pet zebras with you, I don't know what you can do.
Yeah.
AKA the Rams. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it seems like just from visual proof, it's kind of like,
yeah.
I'm saying anything. I'm just saying it doesn't look great. Especially from that.
So Uncle Sam then comes back in and says, "You brought your homeboys with you, the culture cheat code," and then looks at the camera and says, "Scorekeeper, deduct 1 life."
Yes.
I don't really have too much of a breakdown on that, other than the deduct 1 life really continues the game thing.
Well, the other one's cultural appropriation.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything about that. So the culture cheat code. I mean,
which basically saying about saying it because of the whole. I said it's not sounding terribly racist.
Careful. Very careful. And if you can't say it, then don't.
I was gonna say being undeserved more because of myself. We have been through more than that seems like a big thing.
I wouldn't disagree, but
and that's what pisses me off with LGBT. I don't know why I do. LGBT community because they're all like, I deserve more because of whatever. Like, I don't care what you do. When you do you. I don't care. Don't force on me.
That's fair.
That's the main thing, and it's been kind of not as prevalent now. It's kind of died down.
It has a little bit, yeah.
Even for the Black African community, it's
for sure.
From that too. It used to be really bad.
Yeah.
Like, I had been through more than you. I deserve more. Was a whole thing for a while, which has kind of died down now.
I would argue, rather than saying that they deserve more, that they deserve the same as us more than we do.
Right.
Because we don't have to go through as much shit.
That's what I'm saying.
There's definitely people who took it too far.
Like, I deserve more. It's like, no, I can give you the same. I'm not going to give you more.
No.
And there's a couple that were going past that that were really big names and really big followings that kind of.
That's fair.
Skewed that pretty bad, but now it kind of pedaled to.
I definitely wouldn't disagree with that, but I would say.
That's why when I said, I'm like, how to say this without sounding overly funny.
So to take what you're saying as well, I would say the majority, what their message is they've been through more than us, which is not wrong. They've been through a lot of shit. They get a lot of backlash.
They get a handouts
as a white dude.
So
So, but I think they're saying they deserve equal more than we do because they've been through more shit. Rather than there's the select few that say they deserve more, but there's not more to give.
Yeah,
necessarily.
No. It's an interesting thing to get into.
Definitely.
But I mean, that's why it's like the whole culture appropriation thing. You try to step around it. I mean, it's the national stage.
Yeah.
You can't really say certain things.
For sure. Then he goes into Peekaboo, which, if you're on TikTok, you know the song from the stupid fucking car wash meme, Bing Bop Boom 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 Bop Bam. He does not perform that, and I like that because he's not there to perform for everybody else.
Right.
So he's not going to do the famous bit because everybody's there. He's going to do it for him and his audience.
So I'm surprised he didn't, because the next line after that is, I'm not the type of shit you couldn't understand. So I'm surprised he didn't use that one.
I'm a little surprised by it, but
like get rid of the whole just sound dump bullshit from before it. But I'm honestly surprised he didn't use that bit at least.
For sure. And that can piggyback off of the last two songs where he lets the crowd do Not Like Us and Mustard. Mm-hmm. He could have played that and let the crowd do the sound filling crap that we don't like, and then rap his bit of I'm on some shit you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm
so it's but there's an argument for it, but it's also
that could have been a time restraint too.
It could have been, but
they didn't do that. I wonder. Get more of his main points across because that's more of a broad point.
It is, but I think it's a very solid,
more self.
Yeah, but I think that's a very solid point in the sense that it would have fit the narrative of his performance because a lot of people didn't understand it. But maybe he ran out of time. It's very possible. We don't know. We're not gonna know because we don't know Kendrick, so we're not gonna find out. But again, I got the full lyric breakdown is on the internet if you care to go look at it. But first, 4 bar here? I got a full breakdown of that. So he's not saying peekaboo. That's the pre-recorded bit, and then he's rapping the bit after every time it says peekaboo. I just put them boogers in my chain. Another form for diamonds. Mm-hmm. It's a very weird one, but it is. Sounds kind of strange. 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Kobe played for the Lakers. He's from Compton. And Kobe's career high in points was 81 in a game. So 80 pointers like a Kobe game. And a good tribute to Kobe on a national stage, who was in fact an Eagles fan.
Oh.
Because he was from the Philly area.
Fair enough.
So that was very cool.
The Philly, being from the Philly and being a Philly fan. Taylor Swift, by the way. I'm pretty sure like she's been caught in Philly stuff like a while back before she started dating.
I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure because she's from there, around that area. So yeah, she used to.
I thought she was from the South somewhere, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen it probably all different guys going, oh, I wonder if she's gonna wear Eagles or Chiefs being that she didn't.
She didn't wear either.
Yeah, so kind of cleared herself on that one. But also, it seems like she's kind of fighting off a smile sometimes. When they did show her later in the game, when they were getting their ass actually handed to them.
Yeah.
It seems like she was kind of trying to hide a smile because her actual team was late. So I don't know how
it's very possible. Because if that's the case, then she would have been in the same boat as Jason Kelce because he played for the Eagles, but his brother's on the Chiefs.
It's like shit.
So it's like, fuck, what do I do?
But yeah, I think that's what I think it was kind of cheap. I feel like there's a couple frames you can look at and see kind of trying to hide back a smile.
That's fair. I didn't know because the one clip of airtime that she got, we missed. And then the booing when they showed her in the stadium was not on TV. That was during a commercial break. So
and I seen that.
if there's videos from like in the stadium itself,
there's a couple things I started bringing that up.
Yeah, then yeah, I would not know that.
Because before the game even happened, there's people bringing up the fact that there's technically Eagles. So
that's interesting. I did not know that.
So fair enough. I mean, I don't follow Taylor at all for shit. It just happened to pop up because.
Fair enough. Because the game. It's everything about the game, yeah.
I don't know. You've had some form of interest in football, so here's this about football, about someone else.
Yeah. I can let you nail this one. 7.62s, I'll make them blank. What's a 7.62?
What is it?
What is it?
A bullet.
It's a bullet for usually an AR.
Relatively common military gun.
Yeah.
Because 7.62 NATO is what the military uses a lot for M4A1. Sorry. Yeah. I'm trying to make some tape numbers shit up now.
Jesus.
but because the M whatever the fuck.
Right.
So it's hard.
But they also use 7.62s.
Normal AR gun.
Yeah.
Is given out to the military as
a 7.62.
7.62 base.
Yeah.
So.
And then
they also use them with other forms of AR as well.
Right.
It's just solid all around good bullet in general. So
yeah. Yep. So 7.62s, I'll make them blank.
Pretty self-explanatory.
You're killing people with a 7.62.
They don't make that sound like people though. That's when they hit concrete.
Well, make them blank is just another way of saying laying them down. Yeah. But I'll make them blank is just another way of saying you're going to lay them down.
Yeah.
Could be a Drake reference. Very possible. I don't know. Could be right back because the very next line is, I'm popping out, you better not smut my name. Saying he's going to come out of the shadows and actually drop some work. But don't talk shit.
Don't be,
Don't poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear.
I just put 2 foreigns on the 405. 405's a main interstate in LA.
One of the main interstates in LA.
Yep.
When it's not a parking lot.
Yeah. 2 foreigns. Pretty self-explanatory. 2 foreign cars.
Mm-hmm.
That's cacio e pepe if I'm doing pasta. That's a filthy fucking line. Cacio e pepe is a type of pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Pasta is Italian. 2 foreigns.
2 Italian supercars.
Damn it.
It's already so good. Yeah.
And then, here we go. The biggest breakdown in the whole thing. Say, ladies, I want to perform their favorite song. Not like us. Yes. Because the music starts. But you know they love to sue.
Oh, the memes behind that, by the way.
They're everywhere.
I've seen one where it's like Drake's lawyers when he started to play now. I was like, okay, oh, well, no. Oh shit! It just started going. But there's a bunch of those. But
Drake currently has an open defamation lawsuit against UMG for the song. And Kendrick saying that, you know what? I'm going to play it anyways because I don't care about your fucking lawsuit.
Fuck him.
I'll lose millions of dollars. I don't fucking care.
He did.
He hasn't yet. Lawsuit hasn't fully been taken in yet.
Doing the halftime show he did.
Well, yeah, he didn't get paid for the halftime show at all.
Because he was out of his own money. And he didn't get paid for it. So.
Probably just another flex.
Just throwing around $15 million.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you hear Samuel L. Jackson in the background. Oh, you lost your damn mind. 2 things there. You must be crazy going against me, saying you have to conform.
Also, the fact that he didn't say fuck during that. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
The fact
there's so many memes about him, like, he's trying so hard not to cuss. He's trying so hard.
I was waiting for it to come at some point. Apparently, you can't say it on that TV.
But
Anyway.
the other big one is I like his emphasis on damn.
No, just kidding.
You've lost your damn mind. Damn is the title of the album that won the Pulitzer Prize.
That's fair.
Crazy.
All
Alright, then.
Go off, I guess.
And then it jumps into Luther instead of Not Like Us because he says he's going to slow it down and stay conforming to the easier to listen to songs. But what sucks is that's a diss at Drake as well.
Either way.
Because Drake dated SZA from 2008 to 2009.
There's a lot of people talking about now we're on that topic.
Well, if you're going to go where I think you're going, I got it later.
Do you?
The Crip Walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, mine.
Yeah, I got it later.
All right, I just gone off of
Talking X's. Yeah.
X's now, but okay, never mind.
But we got it in chronological as the songs happen.
Fair enough, don't worry about it. Talk about it in a minute.
Roman numeral 7 Bay, Drop It Like It's Hot. There's a huge breakdown on that solo line. In the Bible, I am not religious by any stretch of the fucking imagination.
Neither am I, so don't worry. Here we go.
The number 7 represents divine completeness and perfection.
That's why it's 7 days a week, is what a lot of people say.
Yeah. God finished the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. Also, they say that Kendrick likens his partner to the number 7, suggesting she completes him and embodies a sense of wholeness and perfection in his life. What's crazy, to flip it back to the music side, Drop It Like It's Hot is arguably one of Snoop Dogg's biggest songs, which was a huge inspiration for Kendrick coming up.
Yes.
And Drop It Like It's Hot is from Snoop's 7th studio album.
All right.
Did not know that.
Did not know either.
So there you go.
But I can see that being one of his, if not his biggest song.
For sure.
For Snoop Dogg,
yeah. If it's not 1, it's 2.
It's up there, boy. Ooh.
Yeah. Next lyric I got.
Everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a rap fan.
Yeah.
It's been in so many different movies.
Right.
Now it's in Fortnite.
Yeah. I think it's been taken out of the shop now, but if you bought it, you still got it.
Well, yeah, because the shop rotates.
Yeah.
Or, well, I say rotates, but when it does rotate, it's just sometimes stuff will come with lots of other stuff does.
Right. And then we got, shut that up real quick.
I mean,
no.
Over time, it'll die before it lives, so it's fine.
We got Introduce Him to the Light, Hit Him Strictly with That Fire. A lot of people are saying Introduce Him to the Light because light is portrayed as good. If you're going where I think you were going, light is often synonymous with heaven.
Yes.
Excuse you.
Told you that before it went. Before we got done with this.
Anyways.
Doesn't matter.
That was fast.
Just don't get time anymore.
Not really.
Didn't need time to start with, so it's fine.
Fire can be a gun.
Mm-hmm. Or
so,
synonymous with hell.
Or synonymous with hell. Or synonymous with fire music.
Yes.
Good music.
Because fire became a synonym for good.
So
relatively recently?
Yeah. So yeah. Fire, triple entendre, right there. And then SZA comes in this world concrete flowers grow. Tupac has a poem. Tupac is a big influence on Kendrick as well. His poem, The Rose That Grew from Concrete, is apparently what that's supposed to mean.
Usually when it grows in concrete, it's weeds, but anyways.
Fair. And then
fuck yeah, concrete.
After Luther, they go into All the Stars, which has a lot of lyrics originally from Black Panther, because that's the album and the movie that song came from. This is where I said Kendrick's breath work is insane, because a lot of lyrics are performed so that it doubles as a hatred to Trump and the government. I recognize your false confidence, promises, all in your conversation. I hate those that feel entitled. Look at me crazy because I ain't invite you. Oh, you important? You the moral to the story you endorsing. I don't even like you.
Do we know if he likes Trump or not? Or is it open about knowing? I don't know.
I don't think he's fully said anything, but I think that whole cadence right there confirms it. In my
I
opinion.
don't know. The only thing to say is he said the right time at the wrong guy.
I think they're saying the wrong guy is him. Is Trump. Not the wrong guy is Kendrick to say that he's the wrong guy to start the revolution. I think they're saying the wrong guy is Trump because he's doing all the fuck shit and they picked the right time to go against him and the right time because Kendrick's at the peak and can have some influence on what's going on.
No.
That's what I think.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Right.
I guess it depends on Trump, too, to be fair.
And now, this is a long shot as well, but a lot of liberal people that I know say that Trump is endorsing.
It's not a new song, though. That's my whole point.
Yes.
So
but
who was president when that song came out? You know that?
21 would have been Trump or Biden. Depends on when. Well, it should have been Biden, but I think most of it was due to the original movie references. But I think his breath work, based on of when he took his breaths and what he specifically said, was aimed mostly at him.
Could be.
That's my opinion.
The only thing I ask, I know the song that came out during now. So
yeah.
That's I'm not sure who it was.
Right. I think the album was out in 21, so it should have been Joe. But
so is it now or is it now as a thing?
Right.
You gotta be very careful with that.
Mm-hmm. So the other one I got here is a lot of liberal people I know are saying that Trump is endorsing a very communist way of life. And what I mean,
don't see that, but okay.
What I mean by that is like the concentration camp style thing at Guantanamo, allegedly, and trying to take away rights from people and all that kind of stuff. Could we see the marching in unison around that circle as him saying that we're headed for that?
You guys,
possibly, but
you also run that back to the Squid Game.
You really could, yeah. The rich killing the poor as well.
And then because there's a whole scene in there where they're in the weird room with all the staircase and shit, we're on the line for the next game, and they come back around to the farm room.
Weird, yeah. You know more about Squid Games than I do.
Well, I'm watching season, so
I have not. So I think either one is very possible in that sense.
I mean, it kind of like I gotta have to look into it.
Yeah.
Keep up with stuff though.
So after all the stars, Samuel L. Jackson then comes back around to say he likes the message being portrayed. It's nice, it's calm, and it's what America wants. And you're almost there. Don't mess this up. But Not Like Us starts.
Immediately after that.
Literally, he gets cut off trying to say, don't mess this up. And scoffs because he knows Kendrick is actually going to break his conformity.
Well, he obviously knew this before.
Obviously, we knew it before, but it's all part of the entertainment factor.
Well, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson knew this before the show started because he had to get a rundown from.
For sure. But the whole. Right. But the meaning of that getting cut off and then scoffing is literally the entertainment factor. Yeah. The lyrics said are not in any song. It's a cultural divide. I'm going to get it on the floor. He's referencing real rap versus culture vultures and the political divide in America. And now that I'm sitting here reading it on paper, I'm going to get it on the floor. Does he mean Congress floor? Like he's going to try and do something? Maybe. Maybe. A big one that everybody's pointed out, 40 acres in the mule, this is bigger than the music. After the Civil War, with the Emancipation Proclamation, enslaved people were falsely promised land and a mule to start their life. They were promised it and never got it.
Yep.
America's False Promise, but also a lyric from Not Like Us, not performed during the show, called Drake a colonizer rather than a colleague by using different Atlanta rappers to gain another hit. So, I think that's all tied together. And then here's your one that you talked about earlier. NFL haters, get ready. They tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Possibly a rig in NFL games. Mm-hmm. A lot of people like to point out the Chiefs and the refs working against everybody.
That check must not went through.
No, clearly not.
For that game.
No. But I think it also can very easily mean that the system is rigged, so that nobody poor can make it.
Overall game.
The overall game is rigged, which I think the overall game there is portrayed as the system.
It just works pretty well since the fact that he was at an NFL game.
Yes.
That we're kind of against the NFL.
Exactly.
Phone calling out in the middle of it.
Right.
Biggest game of the year.
Yes. We finally get Not Like Us, and the Superdome, and I'm sure every house that had it on went apeshit. Because we didn't know if we were going to get it. It was kind of up until the last minute. Obviously, we had the leak, but we didn't know how true it was. So the set list on point.
Perfect.
Yes. Everybody knows the big line there from Say Drake and looking at the camera devilishly. The fact that he name dropped him, that's going to be a meme forever. It's going to be one of the biggest memes ever made.
Camera and kind of walk around and get your point across.
Yeah. But the fact that he name dropped him is insane. Truly proving that alone is at him to fully end him. Big lyrics that came out of it are 3 people associated with Drake and his crew, OVO. Chubb's the only one to get your hand-me-downs. I had originally another artist getting Drake's throwaways, or could be perceived as another artist getting Drake's sloppy seconds, or girls that Drake doesn't want. I think any of those can be what that line means. Party at the party playing with his nose now. Party Next Door, somebody who has a lot of songs with Drake, got an album with Drake dropping on Valentine's Day that nobody fucking cares about now. Doing drugs. Pretty fucking obvious.
Doing
some sort of snorting.
Nose candy.
Yes.
No sugar.
Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Baca is a registered sex offender.
Okay.
And Drake has a song on his album Views. I did not go try to find it last night, but literally says that Drake will declare it a holiday as soon as Baca get back on the road. Somebody out there, you might be able to know what song that is right off the rip. I did not.
I don't follow.
I used to follow Drake. I don't really anymore because of this.
I didn't follow before. I don't follow now, so it doesn't matter.
But that's crazy to sit there and think that Drake is going to declare it a holiday as soon as Baca get back on the road. So Baca's been convicted and is still going to let him come back in a crew when he's been convicted of being a sex offender with children. but whatever. And then you obviously get the second biggest line in the whole song. Certified lover boy, certified
Chance of that.
pedophiles. PDF file. Certified Lover Boy is an album from 2021 with Drake.
Mm.
And I knew this without even having to look it up. The album cover of Certified Lover Boy is covered in a grid of apple emojis of pregnant women.
Mm.
And if we're sitting here talking about PDF files and sex offenders, that's kind of weird to look back on.
A little bit.
And allegedly, Kendrick was blocked from calling him that on national television. So he didn't. But A minor still got through.
Somehow.
The whole place held the note so that we could hear it. Kendrick
Not only did he use that line on FTV, on the biggest game of the year, he had the entire 70,000 plus.
Pretty much, yeah. I think it was just short of 70 for actual attendance.
No.
Give or take.
Rough number.
Yes. And probably the 130 million at home.
Yeah, all in unison and perfect harmony saying
A minor.
Yes. So.
Also, Kendrick did not do the chorus, I believe, so the crowd could do that for him as well, to prove that he's winning and has won the beef.
Possibly.
Now, earlier, before we got to say Drake, I meant to do that before I got there, so I got to backtrack a little bit. All the dancers dropped to the ground in a pose that represents the classic dead person outline, signaling that Drake is officially dead after Kendrick's huge week sweeping the Grammys and performing at the Super Bowl.
Bring the broom.
Where's the broom? Bring out the broom. So then we obviously, what you were going to say earlier, Serena Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Drake's ex, crip walking on national TV.
Also in the crip colors.
In the crip colors. And I did not know this. I didn't know the history of crip walking, but it is typically to dance over a dead body. So the whole imagery there is Drake is dead, and his ex is dancing on his grave.
Sounds about right.
But she also crip walked at the 2012 Olympics when she beat Maria Sharapova. So the inspiration behind it was Kendrick and team liked the Olympics crib and asked her to do it at the Super Bowl.
Fair enough.
And then what you were saying earlier, during Serena's cameo, you can see the guy on the field in the very back. It's very blurry with a free Sudan, Gaza, Palestine, something flag.
It's not even that blurry.
No, you can see the colors well enough to know what it is, but he's way back there and the focus is on Serena. So
that, and also everyone caught it inside the stadium as well.
Exactly.
So a lot of more zoomed in photos of it, or videos of him getting tackled.
And the guy, credit to him, he's trying to get airtime, and A, he did it, and B, he did it during the biggest moment of the performance.
Mm-hmm.
So
then he got tackled by it.
Yeah, he tried to run off and get out of there, but he got smoked. After Not Like Us, he goes into TV Off, which is his last song, and it's probably biggest song off of the new album. And so you hear the music kick up, and he says, I go by the name K. Kendrick Lamar, OK Llama, Mr. Morale. All of those are his nicknames from different points in his career. So we end the performance with TV Off, which was actually written about performing at the Super Bowl. We get DJ Mustard's cameo, who produced Not Like Us and part of TV Off with the famous Mustard line. And then
probably the only line is maybe more than else. The entire set was
yes.
probably just usual.
And then you got a line right after. Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings, nothing but my children, one shot they disappearing. He's basically saying he's the best, everybody else in the game is under him, and if he sends a shot, then they're all running because they don't want to deal with it.
So there's a lot of self-glazing in that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But every rapper does it. So this just happens to be on national TV for everybody to point out. In the city where the flag be getting thrown, pass interference. In the city, New Orleans, where the Super Bowl is, where the performance is, obviously. But, little foreshadowing that we didn't pick up on. The first penalty of the game was pass interference.
Yep.
And you throw a flag to mark a penalty.
Yep.
Fucking crazy. How that worked, to be honest.
You can tell the future nuggets. No.
And then
you can tell that anyone can tell that was gonna happen because guess what? You're playing against Houston.
Yeah. But and it was a PI on the Chiefs. So that was even crazier.
Hey, if it works. Fuck
yeah. Turn his TV off. Apparently is in reference to Drake turning off his TV or the gaming console to say the beef is over. Which apparently it's not, which I'll get to in a little bit.
Oh, Drake ain't trying to go down that easy.
And then at the end, he goes to say, turn his TV off again, and he cuts himself off and does this, saying he's turning your TV off. Basically saying, quit watching the game and stand up to Uncle Sam in America. And then you obviously get the lights that say game over, signaling the game is over, the system is over, the revolution is over, and his performance is over.
I mean, technically deliver the point.
Exactly, I got that too. Ironically, the game was out of reach, being 24-0 Philly at halftime. So
it kind of all worked out pretty well.
It really did. Everything worked out fantastic, other than Ass Clown running on the field.
Well,
but somebody was probably going.
Welcome to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. My main takeaways from this, I got 4 sets of haters. The older generation nagging on rap music not being real music. I just gave you a full lyric breakdown for the most part, other than stuff that I didn't really deem that important. You got conservatives who back Trump. They're going to hate it because somebody's standing up and doing something about it. Then you got, if you don't fit into that, you are people who chose not to look for the message within the performance.
Just not putting effort in.
Yep. And then I just pulled 4 while I was talking about this, are people who glaze Drake. If you love Drake, you're obviously going to hate Kendrick's performance.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that.
I mean, the whole thing's controversial anyway.
Exactly. And that's what I was just about to get to. My opinion, it was the best halftime show. Argue if you want. This is the biggest, most influential, and most controversial halftime show at a time when the country needed it most.
So the whole thing with the controversial part is what I feel like it's going to be a downfall. Why it will never be the best halftime show. See, it was too controversial to be liked by enough people to.
I would agree if nobody does anything. If he does all this work to portray a message and then nobody does anything about it, then it's probably not going to go down as a good halftime show. And the way a lot of people are, nobody's brave enough to make the first move so nothing will probably happen.
Yeah,
so I will forever probably be saying that was the best halftime show that I can remember. I'll put it that way.
So what we got to do, you got to break it down more than just that ad breakdown. Break it down to the basic level. How good of a show was. That's the main.
So a lot of people,
even MJ and Princess, it doesn't matter how influential break down their song or anything. How was the show itself? That's the main thing. It's all entertainment. It's all how entertaining was that show?
And I get that, but my opinion, Kendrick's show was very entertaining, and I know a lot of people disagree. There wasn't enough dancing. There wasn't enough singing. There wasn't enough whatever. There wasn't enough entertainment for the common viewer.
They're also too far into entertainment to be where it's a good show.
Right.
Because everyone wants now just because of how long we want more. We're doing something just
yes,
which doesn't help any artist.
Right.
So,
do you have any closing points or main takeaways from it? I know you disagree with me on best halftime show ever, and I don't think that will ever change.
It's just in a broad overall scenario. All the halftime shows are broken down.
Yeah.
It's just not there to be best. Can
and
be top 10, maybe.
If you take
Can
away,
top 5?
if you absolutely, if you take away the message and the controversy, it's probably pretty boring. The message and the controversy is what puts it top tier for me.
Well, the majority of people aren't going to dig that great, which I guess is the whole point of this.
That's the whole point of this longest episode we've ever recorded.
God damn, where are we at?
We are at creeping up on 2 hours.
I think we're over that now. Anyways.
So,
I have to check the recording.
Yeah. If you've got nothing else, I'm going to end it on a hilarious TikTok that I saw last night.
Maybe that should be it. I mean, besides how controversial it was in general, so it makes sense.
Yeah. And
that makes us pretty controversial now because of the whole over it, but yeah.
Let's end it even more controversial. I feel bad for the girl who has to comfort Drake after the Kendrick Super Bowl performance.
Oh, yeah?
I really do. Just imagine trying to dry his tears. And yours, because you have detention tomorrow, a science project, and a book report due. You have to hide talking to him because you're up way past your bedtime. Man, I do not miss 9th grade at all.
Oh, no.
Not one bit. Oh, and on that amazing note, we will actually be back for you guys on Monday, for us on Sunday.
With probably less controversial shit.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Pretty much, yeah. That was much longer.
See you next time.